Yo yo yoid! What's up, people? Welcome to Weigh-In Wednesday, my health vlog thing. Yeah, guys, I know I've dropped the ball on this Weigh-In Wednesday thing. As I said, I recently got a new job, so I didn't really have that much time to think about weight loss or Weigh-In Wednesday or really have that much time to think about YouTube in general for the last few weeks. In this week's episode, I'm going to talk about comfort zones. And you might remember my last Weigh-In Wednesday at the end of it how I said, in order to grow or get better at something, you have to step out of your comfort zone. Here's the thing about comfort zones. If you don't get out of your comfort zone, you won't grow. You won't learn anything new. But if you step too far out of your comfort zone, then you're likely to get too stressed or give up. For my job, I work at a call center in customer service, and for this job, I needed 5 weeks of training. There's so much material that I had to learn just crammed in my head. And not even that, but before this job, I wasn't really that comfortable on the phones to begin with. Even when I went to order a pizza or get a taxi, I always had to mentally prepare myself before I made the call. I had to write out exactly what I was going to say and write out big lists of pizza toppings. And no one uses the phone anymore anyways. Everyone uses text messaging, so in general, most people aren't as comfortable on the phone as they used to like 20 years ago or even 10 years ago. So my first week actually getting calls from customers when I really didn't know what I was doing because, as I said, there was a lot to learn and a lot I didn't know, and yeah, I was way out of my comfort zone. But also in the last couple weeks, I've learned a huge amount. In the last couple weeks, my communication skills went way up. I've gotten way better at active listening. If I were to try to learn these skills by myself, I wouldn't learn nearly as much. I wouldn't want to put myself in that much discomfort. I mean, I was super nervous. I was freaking out the first couple days. The best way I could put it, it's as if they pushed me into the ocean to teach me how to swim. Basically, I learned how to swim or I drown. I had to do it because it was my job, but I had to really work at listening to these customers. If I didn't listen to these customers, then these calls wouldn't have went so smoothly. I can't just get requests or questions from customers and not be able to respond or answer their questions because I wasn't even listening. And before this job, that was one of my biggest problems. I suck at listening. I usually listen to someone for a few minutes and then I drift off into my own head and yeah, start daydreaming or thinking of video ideas or something. But you can't just do that when you're talking to a customer, so it kind of forced you to learn. And the other thing, this week I worked from noon to 8:30. So seeing as I was already quite out of my comfort zone, trying to also after work think of video ideas or think of things for Weigh-In Wednesday or focus on weight loss or health issues, I was already out of my comfort zone and I kind of forgave myself for a couple weeks while I settled into my new job. And the other thing, I didn't really want to go to the gym at 9 at night, but at the same time I'm going to have to figure out something because I suck at getting up at the morning. I procrastinate sleep so much. Remember that video, my morning routine? That's not an exaggeration. I really do that. I procrastinate with sleep so much I don't even allow myself to do things I like to do, like eat breakfast or drink coffee. I love drinking coffee, but I procrastinate so much I don't allow it. I could get up 10 minutes early, but I hit snooze for another 10 minutes just to get that sleep, because at the time, sleep is what's happening. I love sleep. So I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm not getting up an hour and a half early to go to the gym. But anyways, I've been at this job for a while and I am starting to get pretty comfortable with my job and following the routine of my job. So now that I've been at this job for a few weeks, I'm getting comfortable with what I do and I'm getting used to the routine. So now I'll be able to start focusing on Weigh-In Wednesday and my healthy eating crap and gym stuff again. Yeah. What I'm going to be doing for the rest of this week, even though I work till 8:30, I'm still going to go to the gym at 9 o'clock after work. Starting today, I actually went today after work. For 3 minutes. I went for 3 minutes on the bikes. When I go to the gym, I usually have my MP3 player, and what I usually do is go on the bike for 20 minutes or 30 minutes or however long, and I usually go to my music and try to pedal to the beat of the music I'm listening to, but I didn't have that today. All I had today was the music at the gym, and it's fucking the shittiest music. Like, it's awful. It makes my ears bleed. So 3 minutes was really all I could bear. But I already noticed that since when I was working out a couple weeks ago, I'm already losing a bit of steam. I only biked for 3 minutes and I was already out of breath. Ignore that crap. That already ignored me enough. Alright, ignored me? I meant interrupted me. I'm losing my focus. Anyway, the music at the gym sucks. So I'm going to have to buy a new pair of headphones because mine are broken. I don't know if you could hear that, but I live in the basement and there's all these stupid water pipes making noises and ruining my video. Okay, so anyways, we're going to start over and make a new plan. I'm in a completely new routine now, and all of my old goals kind of apply to my old routine and lifestyle, and obviously, let's just start over since I haven't been doing this for a couple weeks. As I said, I get home around 9 o'clock, so not eating after 8 o'clock isn't really an option since I kind of want to eat supper when I get home. So the way we're going to evaluate this is using a thinking method called the 6 thinking hats. It's described as a thinking tool for group discussion and individual thinking. Traditionally, groups make decisions and discuss by arguing their own point of view and trying to come up with a compromise of some sort. But when you argue, you're stuck in this one state of mind where you want to win, you want your argument to win, when it's not necessarily the best decision. How many times have you gotten in an argument where you keep arguing your point because you know you're right, and you keep arguing and you argue, and later you realize that, you know, your source of information that you were arguing you got from like one guy or something, and you just believed it to be true and you started arguing your point? Like, say you watch a vlogger on YouTube and you watch them enough where you start to trust their opinions and trust their intelligence, and so a lot of times you'll just take what they say as being true because you trust their opinions, or you trust what they say, or you trust their knowledge. So now you have this belief in your head. Maybe a couple days later you have an argument with your friend and you know you're right, because once you start arguing you have to win. It's just human nature. You have to win your argument. And so you have this belief in your head from a couple days earlier, but really that source of information was from one guy's opinion from YouTube that might not be verified or true at all, but since you believed it, you're arguing it. The 6 thinking hat methods allows you to focus on one type of thinking, one at a time. So first there's the white hat. It's just all the information and facts about the situation. There's the red hat that deals with emotion and feelings, or maybe instinctive gut reactions. There's the black hat that's judgment or logic, trying to find out the flaws to the situation or problem. There's the yellow hat that's using logic to come up with the good points. There's the green hat that's coming up with new ideas or innovative ideas, thinking outside the box, that sort of thing. And then there's the blue hat that's thinking about the whole picture, that's just thinking about thinking. So in the group discussion, everybody would be focusing on one type of thinking at a time to avoid arguing. People will be focused all on the flaws at the same time, so everyone could come with input of why the idea or whatever wouldn't work, and then everyone would come up with good ideas, so everyone has a good, well-rounded view of the situation, instead of being closed-minded and everyone thinking about their own ideas or arguments or whatever. It's even said that this is effective because when you think with these different modes, that you actually think with different parts of your brain, so different parts of your brain are stimulated. So when you're arguing all at once, they're not all bundled together, your thoughts aren't mixed together, you're thinking focused on one part of your brain and focusing on one thing at a time. So let's apply this to this situation. Let's start with the white hat. Okay, so here's the information. I'm trying to lead a healthier lifestyle. Right now my work schedule is from noon to 8:30, and I have to find some way to eat right and exercise regularly. Emotions. I'm lazy. I don't like working out really that much. I'd rather be lazy. I'd rather just come home and do nothing, but it's something I'm going to have to force myself to do. Also, cravings. When you eat junk food, it releases endorphins in your head and dopamine and all that crap. Those are natural drugs in your head that make you feel happy when you eat this junk food. That's basically why you're addicted. That's something where I'm going to have to logically overcome I'm going to have to overcome my cravings and emotions. The way I have to do this is simply keep my logical part of my brain working harder than my emotional part of my brain. I mean, I'm a very emotional person, but I also have a pretty strong logical person inside me too. You know, the battle of the consciousness. Basically understand why I'm craving this, why my emotions are that way, and then use logic to understand and overcome it. Think of it this way, see yourself and your actions and kind of step out of your own body and see what you're doing. And tell yourself as a logical person, is this what you should be doing? And try to go with the logic more than the emotions. I mean, emotions are good. Following your heart is awesome, but I feel like you should follow your heart by using your logic. Your emotions tell you a lot of things. A lot of times they'll tell you what you want out of life. But before you do those things, you should ask yourself, is this really a good idea or is this a bad idea? Is this going to hurt you or not? If it's not going to hurt you and benefit you, then just go for it. But if you're going to end up breaking your leg or something, or in this case, like feeling crappy later, like eating a Big Mac, then just try to make that decision. Instead of thinking of your immediate feelings or your immediate actions like, I crave hamburger, I should eat hamburger now. Think about the future. Think about, I'm gonna feel crappy later. It's not good for me. It's a bunch of salt. Just think for the future instead of what you're immediately feeling now. I mean, that's what babies do. Babies are like, I want milk, and start crying and stuff. Don't act like a crybaby. Use your logic. Yeah. I'm talking to myself and other people. So the black hat, the bad points. Right now, I'm not eating too great. I'm eating okay. I'm eating good food. I'm eating salads and chicken or tuna every day, but my eating schedule sucks. I usually don't eat till lunchtime, which is 4 o'clock where I work, since I get there at 12, so not eating till 4 o'clock isn't a good idea, and then eating again at supper time. Shut up! Anyway, eating again at supper time, yeah, that's not a great eating schedule. So what I'm going to I'll tell you a problem later, because that's for a different thinking hat. I'm also not drinking enough water. You're supposed to eat drink 2 liters of water a day, and I drink maybe a bottle, so 250 to 500 milliliters of water a day, which I just gotten used to being dehydrated, basically. And another bad point, I haven't been going to the gym. And as for the yellow hat, the good things, as I said, I already said this, I've been eating not too bad as food-wise. I'm not eating junk food. I'm eating pretty good. I'm maintaining weight. I'm actually still losing a bit of weight. I think this morning I was like 170. So weight-wise, okay. My energy isn't too bad. I'm not too draggy, but I could have more energy. Yeah, this thinking hat thing. I'm still crossing hats here, but whatever. And another good point is I am getting used to my schedule, so I will be able to start working out again and find a way to start eating better. So the green hat, this is where I'm going to try to come up with solutions to my problems. The water at work, the tap water in St. John, which is where I work, it sucks. I drink it and there's obviously too much iron in it. You know how there's a lot of iron in your blood? It kind of tastes like blood a bit. You could definitely taste the iron. And if you drink a cup of it too quick, it makes you feel like you're going to puke because there's too much iron in it. So that can't be good. I can't be drinking too much iron. I don't know. That just sounds weird. So yeah, green hat again. I'm going to bring my water to work. And I'm going to just bring 4 bottles of water to work, so that's one solution. And as I said, I wake up too late, so I'm going to have to start making breakfast the day before. So what I'm planning on doing is boiling a bunch of eggs or something, so I have a quick egg to eat, and then grabbing a banana or something. I'm going to have quick breakfasts because I ain't getting up half an hour early to eat some breakfast. I'm not going to kid myself. Anyway, how about you guys? You guys should put on your thinking hats, your green and your blues and your whatever's hats, and leave some comments and suggestions. Peace! My burrito videos!